Okay.
Yeah, so we can start today with Lena, and we are going to talk about plant-based diet. Lena has been plant-based for quite a few years, right? How many? 7?
It's been actually, yeah, 7.5 years. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
long
that's a
time, you
lot.
know, pretty, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of years, I would say, and you are thriving on this diet together with whole your family, dog included. Yeah,
So,
and I thought it would be a great idea to interview you and ask you questions about plant-based diet, listen to your story, listen to your experience, and maybe find out some secrets how to make this diet work for everybody else. Yeah, so I guess we
so
can start. Yeah,
I would love to. So,
yeah, my first question, just tell about your story, how you came to plant-based diet, what were your motivations, and why you started this all.
yeah. So it's actually, as we just mentioned, it happened 7 years ago. And I think it happened at the moment when my family, my husband, myself, my mom, everybody who was living in the household, we just were ready for this kind of switch because we moved to United States and we were experiencing all kinds of things which go in here, including different foods. And I wasn't plant-based at all. I was actually born and raised in
Mm-hmm.
Kazakhstan, country where you have animal products for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it was like this, since I was very little, and I never questioned if it's bad or wrong. It was just how things were,
Yeah.
existed. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know any vegans, any vegetarians. I knew only one vegetarian girl, and she seemed for me to be kind of weird. We always wanted to, always like, like in kind of like. In a mood, in a weird mood, and not having lots of energy. And so this was the only one vegetarian person I knew in my life, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure if it works. So I never kind of explored by
Yeah.
myself what is it and how it's about. But then living here in America, we moved here 10 years ago, and so for a while we were just like exploring what's going on here. And then at one point we just watched a couple documentaries, and the one was Food Incorporated, if you ever heard about it, and
No.
Forks Overnight,
Mm-hmm.
just over just after that. And it's amazing documentaries which is showing you like how actually animal products are now raised, and like what's going on in farms, and how they all fed with antibiotics, and how they fed with GMO
Yeah,
pork.
such movies are usually very hard to watch, actually.
It's very
Yeah.
important, yeah. And so it's happened in our life when we were like ready to devote this hour something and just watch it from beginning to the end. And we watched, and it was so like eye-opening, 100%. And so after that
Mm-hmm.
we watched others, and then several others, and we couldn't just like understand like how it's all happening, and people don't know that this all happening, like
Yeah.
how crazy the world been in this world, and we have no idea like the picture. We just see like piece
Mm-hmm.
of food on our plate, but we don't realize where it comes from, how it gets to this plate, like how it was treated, and what actually the most important, how bad it influence your body, like how you actually in the long term especially you can experience all kinds of problems. And at that point I already been a mom, so I had my little kids, and I really wanted to be great example for them, and be healthy and live long and experience life on the fullest. And I actually lost my dad 12 years ago, and so I was always thinking like, and it was very health related issues, and like I don't want to be like this. I want to be with my kids for a long time. I want to know their kids and then their kids, and just be like this like happy grandma who is healthy, very active, and always have something fun going on. So that's what I want to be. I don't want to be like, oh, like she died when she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
I don't
Like typical grannies, yeah.
know. So I decided that I would love health to be my priority. And so, and if to be healthy, it means to eat healthy, and of course lots of other things, like not just food is a great component of it, but lots of other things also involved. But if I can eat healthy, so I'm gonna do this. And so we tried. We decided to give it a try
Mm-hmm.
for like just and see how it works, and it worked beautifully. It's worked beautifully. We just removed everything we have animal based, from our cabinets, from our kitchen. We just gave it, to
Mm-hmm.
friends first,
Did
and
you do it straight away, or you went vegetarian first and then vegan?
yeah. But by the moment we switched to veganism, we already were not eating much meat, so when I moved out from my house in Kazakhstan, I like naturally became eating like more seafood and lots of greens, lots of vegetables, and less animal
Mm-hmm.
products, because I always wanted to be, in a good shape. And I knew that if I eat lots of dough products, lots of like pasta or meat or whatever, like fried food, it doesn't work well for me. I have this like, just like natural composition of the body. If I eat a lot of bad food, I'm just growing. And so
Oh, just
as
like me. I understand.
I always try to, do lots of exercise and eating these salads and a little bit of protein and like being healthy. So I'm already kind of like on a very health path,
Mm-hmm.
becoming. We just switched to like way more healthier path, So
Yeah.
and actually so much easier, and it's so much delicious to be vegan, than in my opinion, than to be healthy, not vegan. When you are plant-based, I actually like call it like plant-based raw vegan lifestyle. It's you eating so much and it's so delicious, like you eating so much delicious food. It's truly like you love the flavors, you love how you feel after that, you enjoy the moment of making this food. It's so easy to make it. It's basically, we eat lots of fruits, we eat lots of berries, we eat lots of like fresh, vegetables, and mostly we eat fruits for lunch and breakfast, and we eat lots of vegetables and greens for dinner. And it's such an amazing, people are walking around, it's such an amazing, easy to prepare food. So it takes minutes to make it, then you enjoy it, with your whole family, and then it takes seconds to clean up, and you just feel great. So there is no like this sluggish feeling after some cooked or
Mm-hmm.
fried. You always
Yeah,
feel.
that's true.
Yeah, and the reason why, because this food is so easy to digest, is so kind to your body. It loves your body so much. So after eating this food, you don't need to spend all your energy digesting this food. And that's where the sluggish, kind of like tiredness
Yeah,
comes
because it's not heavy, right?
light, and it's very
Mm-hmm.
digestible in an hour. It's like it's directly all the energy and all the nutrients come into your bloodstream, and it gives you energy. So you eat and you have the energy, and you do what you love to do, your hobbies, your whatever activities, your work, your like anything you want. You don't need to spend
Yeah.
time like really like working on what you put in your body. Your body is like thrive. That's why I love calling it thriving on plants. I feel like we really like thriving. We just found our way. And on my page, on my Instagram, and through all the other social media platforms, I'm trying to inspire people to give this lifestyle a try, little by little, maybe not like we did, like, all together, but maybe like adding amazing, delicious, fresh fruit breakfast first, and then see how your body will react. And I'm pretty sure your body will tell you thank you right away. You will feel the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like first day, second day, in 1 week, you will just want more of this food, and then you can include more fresh food for lunches, and then maybe move in for dinners. And for some people, it happens very fast. For some people, it takes years, or months. And everybody's
Yeah.
journey is so.
I
Yeah,
think
so
it's very individual, and people have to listen to their bodies and see how
absolutely,
they feel. If they don't
absolutely.
feel well while starting vegan diet, like drastically changing everything and consuming lots of vegetables, fiber, they might have some digestive problems. So they have to feel it.
They have to feel it, and the thing is to educate yourself first. So I would recommend read books and watch documentaries and follow some Instagrammers, who are already doing this lifestyle, to get inspiration, to
Like
get
you.
recipes.
You
Like
do it in
there
a
are so
such beautiful way. Your account is really such an inspiration.
Oh, thank you so much. And there are so many of us, online. When you dive into this lifestyle, you see that it's actually the whole world. It's not just like 10 people doing this. It's like,
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
thousands, millions of people doing this and doing this for 30 years, for 25 years, for 40
Mm-hmm.
years. I look at these people and I'm like on my seventh years and I like how much more possibilities are, ahead of me, in front of me. And I experience lots of, benefits, but I'm pretty sure that there are so much more, which is ahead, and I'm very, very optimistic about, and I'm like, I never look back. But again, I'm saying that educate yourself first. So digestive issues or something like wrong combinations, it just come from not knowing what to do. And so I really inspire you to, to just learn to read books, really reading a book,
And
and
can you
really, really.
recommend exact books or sources? Where can we start?
Yeah, so I would highly recommend Dr. Graham. So he's actually like one of the pioneers of this movement, and he's he never call it diet. It's never a diet, it's a lifestyle, because it's a component of what we eat, how we move, how we sleep, how we hydrate yourself, how we have a rest, how we communicate with society. So it's like a big combination of
Mm-hmm.
like a puzzle, and you can't miss one
Holistic
of them.
approach. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, like that. And so his book is called 80-10-10, and so it basically says, it has so much research in it. It's combines so many information, and it has recipes, and it has meal plans, and it's really great source. I would recommend to start. So for me, it
Mm-hmm.
played a huge role. I you know I have so many people who read it and who also influenced and had great experience about that. And now you know
Mm-hmm.
this Anthony Williams. He's super famous, and he's not talking about like raw veganism. He's not talking about like veganism like very loud, but he's talking about eating like mostly raw plants, and eating
Mm-hmm.
them sequencing and frequency. And so he's like, I think the way he talks about this lifestyle, it's kind of approachable to way more people, because not everyone ready to listen and to hear about becoming vegan right away or becoming raw vegan right away. So he's
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
comes much, basically talking about the same principles, about drinking lots of water, about starting every morning with juice, and preferably with celery or cucumber, or like very high water content juice, and then continue with a smoothie, and then continue with amazing raw abundant fruit bowl, let's say, or morning meal for lunch, and then big beautiful green salad for dinner. So basically he's doing exactly what we're doing, but I think his approach and the way he talking about it, it's like literally more acceptable for way bigger amount of people. So do you actually know
Mm-hmm.
him? Have you follow his
Not really. And do you think this one book would be enough for people to start this diet?
so as I mentioned, like for some people books work, for some other people YouTube videos work, for other people,
Mm-hmm.
I would get this, like I would devote like some time, maybe like couple of weeks or maybe even a month, depending on your, ability to absorb the information, and just do multiple, sources and see which one resonates with you more. Because, some
Mm-hmm.
people don't, they can concentrate on reading. Yeah. They like visual, and then it's YouTube and, likes like we have or something like that. But anyway, starting with buying fruits, not buying like 3 apples or 2 bananas, buying like bigger amounts of fruits, put them in a counter, get them ripened. Because when you eat fruit, when it's not ripened, you don't like it. And then people say, oh, I don't like bananas, or, oh, this papaya was so bad. Buy it. Yeah, I buy papaya and I let it, get ripened for at least, 5 days, a week on my counter. And when I feel that yeah,
Mm-hmm.
little bit, it's like more soft, and it's like even have some, like bad spots on the skin, it means that it's ripened, and then I slice it, I cut it into cubes, I squeeze lemon juice on top, and it's delicious and it's awesome. It's like the best food you can ever imagine, because it's sweet, it's so
Yeah,
hydrating.
I can imagine. And it's so beneficial for you that you live in
Yeah,
such a place where
yeah,
all these fruits are available, because here in Europe, I think it's a bit harder. Yes, we have bananas, we have apples, we have, of course, we have more fruits, but it's not comparable to your place.
Oh, I have to tell you that it shouldn't be a stop sign for none of you guys, because I have multiple people who live in Austria, in Sweden, live in Italy, in like all over the Europe. And if you want, if you have a goal, you will always find a way. There are always,
Yeah,
locally
that's for
grown
sure.
juice, like now all these nectarines and peach berries and apricots and grapes a little bit later will be, so you can always find what you can eat. But of course it's easier being here, and it's even easier being in Costa Rica. It's like where it's like a source of everything. But again, it's like if you really want, you just find the way, and it's maybe not as easy as it is here,
That's
but
true.
but there is a way. And yeah, so just
Yeah.
finding then players who
Let's talk.
live in your area and who live
Yeah,
in your
let's
country.
talk about. Yeah, I think there is a little delay because yeah, when we are talking at the same time. But yeah, that's fine. I want to talk about possible issues that could appear on a plant-based diet, because I think everyone heard already that it could be either protein deficiency or B12 or iron or anything else. What do you do about it? And do you do anything about it?
What do I do about it? The way you eat should be very, very balanced. You can't eat just kale. Kale is very healthy. Kale is amazing. Green.
I know. Yeah.
Or spinach, it's amazing, but even if you eat kale juice every day, making salads, you will not be healthy. So your like what you feed your body have to be very balanced. So it has to be variety of fruits, of berries, of greens, of vegetables. It has to be really variety, and you need to learn about this variety, following some meal plans, following some books, advice. So you can't just like eat, let's say, peaches all day long. You can eat it for a day, for a couple of days, yeah, it's fine, it gives your body a little break, having like this mono-meal food. But in general, every day, every single day, it has to be variety. And when you eat variety, you get in all kinds of various minerals, vitamins, like enzymes, everything. And then your body will thrive. But the key is to get to have this variety. And so yes, as being raw vegan, I have some several like vitamins which I take, and as you mentioned, B12, but B12 actually deficiency now is all around. It's not about plant-based people, like people who are animal eaters, they also do the test and they have deficiency. So it's actually like people like to blame this like B12 deficiency, but it's not like 100% connected. So I would recommend, and people, doctors now all around, they recommend having B12 vitamins for everyone, not only for vegans, for people like all over, because they're just like the food supply now. It's not like it was before, where we would like grab a fruit and we would eat it from the tree. Now we have to wash it because it all has all these pesticides and all this like natural
Yeah.
vitamins they just washed out. And so everybody actually now recommended to take vitamin B12. Then vitamin D3, is also very important. I'm lucky to live in a sunny place, a bunch of sun. But anyways, it depends on your personal absorption of this D3. Some people absorb it like myself. Let's say my daughter doesn't absorb it. She has a very pale skin, so she doesn't absorb it as great as I. And so I have to supplement her with D3 vitamin. And so what we do, we used to do every year a blood test, and just to see and check if everything is fine. And during all these years, everything was fine. Actually, last year we decided we probably will take a break. We don't need to do this every year, because we are fine. This is how to keep balance and successfully. But for people who just switch into this lifestyle, I would recommend to do blood tests like once a year, or maybe
Just
after
in
switching
case, yeah.
in like several months, and just to check and see like if you're missing something, then you need to a little bit balance your diet, to add some of this food or that food, like that. And yeah, so it's all about listening to your body. Your body will tell you right away if you feel tired or you don't have enough energy. it means you don't feed in your body with something, or maybe you don't drink enough. Lots of people, they just don't drink enough water. Seriously, it's like such an easy issue solved. If you feel
Mm-hmm.
you tired, go grab a glass of water, room temperature, not cold, not hot. No, not like tea and coffee doesn't work this way. They only will get you energy, more. Just drink this water
Mm-hmm.
and then see. And I literally feel some days like for some reason I find myself drinking less water, let's say, than I usually do, and I truly feel the difference. I truly feel the difference. So
Yeah,
I think it's
I agree.
like for everyone. And people say, yeah, I drink water, but I do know that people keep forgetting drinking water. And drink it first thing in the morning, drink it between your meals, and when you think you're hungry and when you think you don't have energy, go drink this warm temperature water. Add lemon in it, add couple berries if you think plain water doesn't work great for you, but just drink this water and you will see how your body just works differently, how your skin is like feels differently. It's totally a magic, and yeah,
That's
find.
true. We always have to start with water before we start eating. Lena, I wanted to ask you about iron, and after that, I wanted to talk a bit more about protein and amino acid possible issue. About iron, we discussed it with you a while ago. You know that animal products have heme iron and plant-based products have non-heme iron, and that non-heme iron is not absorbed that well like heme iron. So people might get that iron deficiency, especially women, because we need more iron. How will you comment on this, and what can we do about it? Do you
uh,
supplement with
I
iron yourself?
Yeah, I still don't have deficiency. So I actually don't have deficiency. I'm lucky. But it's like I heard some people like yourself, yeah, they experience some of this, and I actually talked to some of my plant-based gurus, and it's just finding like prod like iron rich sources, like it's spinach, it's almonds, it figs, and just incorporated them, even dried figs if you don't have fresh figs, so that not in season. Dry figs, they were great. Almonds were great. Brazil nuts were great. Spinach, and like just having, a few of them during the day, for your breakfast or adding to your salads, it should be great, but you just have to
Mm-hmm.
have them like on a basis if you experience this, this deficiency. So I truly believe that plants can heal you, and I truly believe that whatever you eat, animals, it's a dead, piece of meat. It's a bad karma to eat flesh of
Mm-hmm.
somebody else. You like, we like lots of people that don't understand that this piece of steak, they just think it's a piece of steak, it's my food. But please think that
Yeah.
this piece of steak was a cow, and this cow had babies, and she had parents, and
Mm.
she was living a good life, and just to feed you, and you can be fed with plants, but you decided it's easier for you. It's like it's common sense to eat what all people eat, and you choose to do this,
Yeah.
and then you have all kinds of problems and complications. Your arteries are clogged, you have heart problems, you have diabetes, you have all kinds of stuff, because this meat brings you this kind of like you feel not hungry after that, you feel like saturated and everything, but then it gives you all kinds of health complications, and then you maybe not now, but in years, like after 50, after 40, after 60, people started experiencing great health issues, and it's all about eating animal-based products. It's been proven in so many multiple, scientists, and there are so many books proving this. We're not opening, we're not discovering this right now. It's been for
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
So many animal companies, we have so many much industries which also support other nutrition, other scientific researches, which gives you information that yes, that's what you need to eat to be healthy, that's what you need to have this protein, that's what you need. And we should be wise ourselves, and read researches here and there and see who sponsored these researches, and if this research
Yeah.
was sponsored by meat company, they only what they have in mind is to sell more of their meat. They don't care about your health, they don't care about your family, your health. They just care
Mm-hmm.
about selling you all this meat, and you are empowered to make your choice, because it's your body, it's your life, you live once, and you can decide what you want to eat, what you want to eat to be healthy. uh, yeah, so it's like it's all in our heads, and if we believe that only meat can save me from this and this and that, you can go ahead with it, but in like in future be um, it can be painful, and it will be big bills in the hospitals, and it can be big insurance bills. And vegans are healthy. I never go to any doctors. My kids used to, like when they were very little, so we switched when Taya was 2 years old, and she used to have some issues, and we would go to pediatrician. She had some, she would get sick very fast, and then she would recover very long, and so she had these issues. Leonti, he was just 9 months old when we switched. He was fine, but anyways, I could see that in the first years of life we would go to doctor's office pretty often. Now we go never, only like our annual doctors check when they check the temperature, height, weight, ask questions, and if we have any problems, and we have no problems. We still do. We've been doing this blood test just in case to be sure that everything is fine, and everything is fine. And I'm telling you that plants are healing, and they healing for small kids, they're healing for us, for adults. And my mom, she's 69, and she's completely raw vegan with us.
That's amazing. Yeah.
She
I'm
took,
so happy to hear
yeah,
that it
yeah,
works for you and your whole family.
for all.
What do you think about those people who failed in this plant-based diet? Because there are so many stories that, oh, I've been vegan for 2 years and then I started losing hair, losing teeth, losing everything. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for everyone. What
Yeah,
will you say?
yeah, I would say that it's very easy to become raw vegan. Like some people are vegan, and I know multiple of them who eat avocado toast, who eat pasta with this, cashew-based um,
Mhm.
sauce, who eat all these processed animal replicating foods like fake chicken, fake fish, fake beef, beyond burgers, and all that stuff. It's all processed food. It's not what I'm talking about. Like being vegan, a lot of vegan eat pizza and fries, and they vegan.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's true.
not it's not healthier than to eat meat or eggs. It's even worse because they eat in lots of processed food, and they eat in lots of fat rich food, because all these nuts and all these avocados in huge quantities, it actually doesn't work well for us. And I just actually had a good post, I hope it was good, yesterday about avocados, like how when you eat in moderation avocado, yes, it's truly a superfood. It truly has all this great healthy fats, and all these minerals, and it's got like 25 vitamins in it, and it's like awesome food. But avocado also have 15% of saturated fat, which is actually bad for you, which is actually
That's a
same
lot,
fat.
yeah.
But yeah, and so when you eat just half of an avocado, or like maybe like one small avocado, it's totally fine. But some people, they eat like guacamole this size, and they think, oh my gosh, it's so yummy, and they can stop, it's so delicious, and they eat it. Or they put on avocado toast like two beautiful these avocados, and it's too much. And besides that, they will also eat some nuts during the day. They will eat some olive oil, drizzled in their salad, and then their fat come seriously to like 35, 45, or 50% of what they've been eating. Those eating healthy, but this fat is just such a concentrated food, and like in avocados and nuts, that it's so easy to overeat. And so I would recommend to eat just a little bit of fats, rely more on fresh fruits, on berries, and on vegetables, and add to your salad half of avocado, or if not avocado, then like a tablespoon of I truly love pumpkin seeds. It's just my big sweet spot. I love pumpkin seeds, or maybe a few of almonds. Again, it should be like small amount. It shouldn't be like overload with nuts. Because if we overload with even healthy fats, if we do them too much, it comes to all kinds of problems, and people start losing hair, and people start having pimples all over their face, and people start extra weight around their belly, and they say, oh, I'm bloated all the time, because you're just eating all these nuts and all these avocados and all this fat rich foods. And I actually had these mistakes myself. So like when we switched to vegan lifestyle, I was exploring all these recipes, like this like Alfredo sauce based on all these 2 cups of cashew blended with this and that, or like making all these cheesecakes cheese, or
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
all like cashew based, and you need at least 2 cups. But when you make it for a bigger family, you use 4 cups, and it's crazy deliciously yummy. It's so delicious. It's like beautiful texture. It's so good. But when you eat just tiny bit of it, it's fine. But usually, what we eat a slice of cheesecake, or we eat this huge bowl, of this, let's say, zucchini pasta, like you know, swimming in this cashew sauce, and then nothing good. And so when I realized and made more research, and so like that I have some, like some problems with my, let's say, hair a little bit, and like with my face, and I just like made more research that actually fats can be very harmful for you. And I just turned to getting less fat and getting more other stuff. And let's say when we make now some sauce, it wouldn't be nut-based sauce. It would be just like one of my favorites is just blended, let's say, um, uh, mango, if you have mango available, and tomatoes. Or if you don't have mangoes, tomatoes works perfectly with some basil, and we don't even use
Mm-hmm.
salt. I think salt is like number one after sugar, which you have to eliminate. So we don't have sugar, we don't have salt, we don't use like apple cider vinegar, we don't use olive oil. Well, like I have lots of recipes on my page, and I have lots of recipes on my ebooks where you do this without any oils. It's just like nice combination of these water, dense fruits and vegetables, and combining different flavors, and you make delicious, amazing, dressings, because for
Mm-hmm.
salad, very important. Or let's say when I make dressing, when I want like more like a creamy dressing, I would use, let's say, couple small zucchinis and one small avocado, and I will add lemon juice in it. And so these three components make super creamy, delicious, dressing. Then I will not top my salad with extra avocado, because I already had this avocado in here.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Uh, but some people add in also garlic, or like adding some, spices, like,
Mm-hmm.
smoked paprika or whatever, cayenne pepper. It's all welcome. I found combinations without using this, like feeling better for my body. But, there are so many additions which you can add, and which will, just enhance the flavor, but will not make you feel worse. And so with
Yeah,
vegans,
and do you use nutritional yeast?
I used to use, now I don't, or I use it
No,
very,
why?
very, very little bit, because yeast is yeast. It anyways, it's yeast, and it's very highly
It's
processed food. And
deactivated.
yeah, vitamin
Mm.
B12 was artificially added to this food. Anyways, I prefer to take my vitamin B12, just put a couple drops in my mouth from highly sourced, good vitamin B12, supplement, than having this highly processed nutritional yeast, which was added this low quality B12, and it's just like highly processed food. We use it very occasionally, sometimes, when, like maybe once in 2 weeks or something like that. Before, I used to add it way more frequently, but with time,
Mm-hmm.
we just switched for to like more natural eating, to like fresh food. So we hardly have any jars, any packages in the house, but we have a ton of, fruits. We have a ton of greens. We have our garden where we grow lots of greens and berries. And I have a sprouting machine which sprouts, and we have sprouts all the time. Sprouts is exactly awesome, superfood. It's delicious, and it's like the highest concentration of minerals as in sprouts, and it's so easy to
Yeah.
make them. You don't even need a machine. You can just sprout in a jar or in a
Mm-hmm.
bowl. Sprout in bowl all the time. Now I have this machine. It's
I
more
have to
convenient.
try it because I don't live in a very sunny place like you do. But I saw some people in Europe are growing plants and sprouts on their windowsills, so it's possible.
It's so delicious, and you can sprout all kinds of different vegetables, and they all taste the different. Let's say some of them more sweet, some of them more bitter, some of them have more neutral
Mm-hmm.
taste and combination, and it's a great addition to your salads. It's like a powerhouse of nutrients. It's
Yeah, and that's so pretty.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
great benefit too.
yeah. And so when you just like, oh, so the problem about vegans, again, like one more time, which I experienced myself, and I'm talking this from my personal experience. So it's like eating not balanced, diet, eating lots of nuts, eating lots of avocados. It's like the biggest problem. And when you go to plant-based restaurant, especially here, it's like called gourmet vegan food. It's all
Mm-hmm.
loaded in all loaded in, seeds and cashews and avocados, because people like this flavor, because that's why people will come back. But eating this food on like your daily basis, once in a while, yeah, eat it. But last time we were in a restaurant and we had some, nice smoothie bowls, and then we saw they have this like cheesecake, pitaya cheesecake, and we love pitaya, and we kind of, okay, let's have a slice, let's share a slice. And me and my husband, we couldn't finish the slice because it was so like it was like so fatty. It has like obviously cashews, it had coconut oil, they added some, I think, coconut sugar, but it was like too sweet and too fat. So we almost like left half of this beautiful cheesecake on the plate because it was just too hard to eat. But I do know several years ago, let's say 7 years ago, I would devour this cake and maybe ask for more. But with time, when to like, and you make more healthy choices, your body already, can't tolerate this sugar. Your body can't tolerate this coconut oil anymore. Your body doesn't
Yeah.
want this big amounts of this like super creamy, super like saturated foods. And so another also issue that people who turn to being vegan, they just don't eat enough. They think so they switch from this where they was eating small portions, not to get weight, not to get your belly big, and so they continue being vegan, eating small portions. But fruits, vegetables, greens, like the sprouts, everything, you need to eat them in a bigger amount to have, sufficient amount of calories, and also to have sufficient amount of all these nutrients, minerals, and stuff to get the benefit. So if let's say one mango is delicious, it's good, but it's not enough. You need to eat, like several of them, or one banana will not do anything for you. You need to eat 3 or 4 bananas. And
Yeah.
like this spinach, like a side on your dish, has no value. It's just like green decoration. It has to be like a bowl of greens, which you top with this nice, dressing you made, and with some berries and with some nuts if you wish. It has to be like, balanced, big, amount of food. And after eating this amount of food, you have to feel, satisfied. You satisfied all your flavors, all your cravings, and you have to feel full. And sometimes it means my belly will be a little bit, bigger than, like, every morning I wake up actually with like super fat tummy. Every single morning, guys. I eat a lot, but every single morning, I can be in any commercial, advertising any bikini, because my belly is just full, beautiful, and awesome every single morning. And in the evening, my belly can be a little bit bigger, and like years ago, I would feel like I'm fat even, but now I understand it's just like, you eat food, and food makes you a little bit, your tummy expands, to get all this food. But then during the night, during the day, everything goes, nicely through your body. You absorb all you need. You get, out everything, everything you don't need, and it just works beautifully. And I never on a diet anymore, and I never limit the quantities of what I eat. I mean, I kind of like limit, but not like what it used, before, when I was like literally like with weight and how much, like this or that I can put on my plate. And I was constantly, before switching to plant-based, I was since age 13 constantly on a diets, all kinds of, calorie restricting diets, like Atkins diets, when you eat only, meat. And of course you lose weight because it's different, kind of way you eat, you feed your body. Of course you lose some water, you lose some weight because you're losing some water, but then as soon as you stop, it comes back, and then you're again, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
again this, again, and then this diet didn't work, okay, let me try this diet, okay, let me try this diet, and none of them will ever work. So it has to be a lifestyle. And I never call, raw vegan diet. I always say it's a lifestyle. It's just something you adopt, something you find working for you, something you work, I'm still like finding new things, I'm not like guru, 100%. I'm still learning, I'm still on my journey. But I know a lot, and I'm happy to share, through videos like this. I'm happy to share through my ebooks, through my programs I work on. And yeah, that's actually, I wish the whole world could, become raw, vegan, plant-based for like, let's say, couple weeks, just there are no options, and people would see the benefits. People would see how they feel. They would see how it's beautiful and how it's delicious, and how you literally even live live food, and how you don't need any factories to process into these shapes of, or whatever textures, how you like just like eating fresh fruits and berries and greens and vegetables. It's such a pleasure for your eyes, for your body, for your whole system, what works inside of you. And so people could just like, after this 2 weeks, they can decide, okay, I love it, I'm gonna continue, or no, it doesn't work for me, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna continue. Lots of people, they don't even
Mm-hmm.
try. In their heads, they have this mindset, oh, it's never gonna work for me. Oh, I don't live in proper climate, or oh, I don't have a willpower, or like people try to find so many excuses, but if you try, if you see and you see the benefits, I believe me, you will like never go back. Yeah. And lots of influencers turn to be I will
Yeah,
not
I think
tell them.
people have to just give it a try, as you said, for at least a few weeks or a month, and I'm sure they will feel much
Yeah,
better after such,
yeah.
don't want to call it
There,
diet, but a
exactly.
way of eating, let's say.
Yeah. And there are
Yeah.
lots of challenges online where you can, let's say, jump on this challenge and, try this lifestyle for a week, try this lifestyle for 30 days. And I'm working on my program now. So it will be 1 week. I'm trying to do it not 30 days, because 30 days is kind of like a big commitment. I believe that even 1 week can work.
Mm-hmm.
And so it will thrive on plants for a week. And so I will give all the information and all the meal plan and all the recipes and all the tips and everything. So there are lots of programs like this online, but I want to make my own, using my own experience and providing
Yeah,
some
that's awesome. I
yes,
think
yeah.
many people, and me included, find it difficult to switch to a plant-based diet because we don't know what to cook. Yeah, we don't have many recipes, but if you make them available to people, then they should not have any other excuses.
Yeah, and the thing that I don't even cook, I only slice, spiralize, blend. The thing is, you save guys so much money on all this equipment, on all these pans, on all this, casserole, dishes and everything. So you're like the thing that we eat only raw. So we eat all the fruits and all this, vegetables and greens and in raw state. And even if we eat nuts, we like to soak them to get them a little bit sprouted, or we sprout
Mhm.
seeds, get sprout. So it's called living food. It's live. It was just from the tree. Okay, some time to deliver to you to where you live. But anyways, nothing was done with it. It wasn't treated with heat. It wasn't treated with any kind of preservatives. It wasn't treated with any kind of stabilizers. And even juices. Sometimes when I not at home, let's say, I do sometimes bottled juices, and I have several companies who I really love, and I know that they're super clean. Their juices are cold pressed, and they add nothing besides this amazing ingredient, and it has very short
Mhm.
shelf life. So I do this sometimes, but mostly I have my juicer. I juice every single day. I love drinking juice straight from the juicer. It's like such a powerful, gift you can give to your body. Just buy this celery and make a celery juice, or buy cucumbers, and make cucumber and celery juice, or just cucumber juice. So it's not even have to be like super complicated. I share on my page lots of great combinations, how you can combine different vegetables and
Mhm.
fruits, delicious juices, and the color, like it's
Yeah, the
crazy cool.
color is amazing. In your
Right?
stories,
Yeah,
it's always such an uh, like mood lifter because when I open your stories, they're so colorful, such a
yeah.
rainbow.
But how fruits are colorful? When you cook them, they lose the color. They change the texture, they change the color, they change completely the profile. When you cook, you lose like 50% of all the nutrients. What's the point to cook when you can eat it raw, get everything you
Yeah.
need? It's for your body. It doesn't take any time. It's just like such an obvious, uh, lifestyle, which actually you can totally thrive on. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Lena, I have another question regarding protein. Let's get back to it. Where do
oh,
you get your protein? And if you eat beans or lentils?
uh, when we were before switching to raw vegan lifestyle, I myself don't do beans. I never felt great in them. Having beans, I always have this like bloating and
Yeah,
sluggish.
yeah, that's my issue. I think
And
it's
so
the problem for most people.
I tried several times. It doesn't work for me. I don't need them. And actually, when you eat any fruit, any vegetable, any herbs, any greens, they all have protein. They have small amount of protein. It means just you need to eat them in bigger quantities to get protein what you need. And there is no such thing as protein deficiency. There is no such thing as protein deficiency. Like nobody suffers from protein deficiency. What people suffer from extra amount of protein they eat. An extra amount of protein it leads to all these health complications people all over the world having now, because they have bacon with eggs for breakfast, they have this burger for lunch, and they have pizza with what is this, so whatever on toppings for dinner. And so it's too much protein. You don't need all this protein. You need, and actually all these fruits and vegetables, they have all the the whole palette of all these nutrients, and they build protein inside your cells. That's how, like originally we lived, millions years ago. We were not eating meat, we were eating plants, we were eating roots, and people were thriving. Then, they discovered that, oh my gosh, it's so easy. We can just, hunt a deer and then eat for a week a deer. So then you don't need to go and get it and these plants. We're just simplifying their life, and they switched to this, and it worked for them. And then climate change, and so it worked more. But originally we were all eating plants, and we were all thriving on plants, and we never had any deficiencies. People were living great and healthy. And now it's a great, movement of, of us raw vegans. So just look back, we were thriving, and look at us now, we're thriving. I have no protein deficiency. I have no, my nails are great, my hair is awesome, my skin is awesome, my body circulates, everything's going wonderful. Some people don't go to toilet for days, because they just stuff their body with all kinds of this processed, low water, foods, and they drink Coca-Cola, or they drink some, I don't know, like coffee, which they think to be liquid, but it's actually not liquid. It only gets more of your, of your nutrients and your fluids from your body.
Yeah.
And when you eat healthy, your body works perfectly. So you go to the restroom every single day. You never have any pain. You never have any bloating. You never have any headache. You never have any puffy eyes. Your body just works, and your body just loves, the way you feed it, and it loves you back. And people always ask me, it's not good light here, but people always ask me oh, you're so glowing. I'm like, yeah, because I'm just eating food which makes, this way. But if you overeat on processed foods or fried foods, believe me, the next day you'll be all, swollen and, having these puffy eyes and, feeling the worst, Yeah. And then you need to do juice cleanses or, I don't know, water fasts, to get back to. I choose that. I'm even when I go to restaurant, I don't sacrifice my health. I'm not ordering foods which I know I will feel bad. And I'm not even curious how this food tastes. So I would always order salads. Some people think it's boring. I think it's awesome, having big salad in front of you. And I will ask them not to add, complicated dressing, just, drizzle of balsamic, let's say, or just lemon juice, squeezed on top. I would say them, instead of tofu, if they have this in salad, or instead of whatever else, just add me this half of avocado, so I then feel like it's creamy and nourishing and saturated. Or we just don't go to at home. We love cooking at home. I always share in my stories all these dinners we make, and kids always help, and my mom, she lives with us. So we just all together, we cook all together, or we take turns, some people cook this day, other people cook this day. But we always know what's on our plate, and we always love the portion size. We always feel satisfied with portion size. We always love the flavor, and we just love it, And I think that, going back to the kitchen, this is what lots of people have to rethink, because people use too much to live out, to eat out, to eat in cafes and restaurants, and or to eat just chips or packaged food, which is easy. You go buy it, you open, you eat it. But when you think how it affects your body, how it affects your brains, people, it affects your brains in such a you just stuck in where you are. And all this food, they actually, they have all these preservatives to make you stop thinking, to make you stop being creative, to make you stop wishing big things in your life. As soon as you start eating living foods, there are so many people who share in the same thing I'm telling now, that your brain just starting working different way. You just have all this energy to create. You have all this energy to fulfill your dreams. You dream big, and you achieve all your big dreams, because it's really you heal your brains, you heal your body with all these healing foods, and then you're ready for everything, this wind here. You're ready for absolutely everything. And we grow lots of food in our garden, but our garden is pretty small, so we can grow a lot. So we have to buy a lot also. But we decided, especially after when this pandemic happened, like we're not gonna wait. Our plan was to have our farm a little bit later in life. Kids get older in 10 years, something like that. We just bought land in Costa Rica. We're moving to Costa Rica next year. We hopefully next year we'll see. But we already planting lots of fruit trees there. We have a great plan to just grow most of our food on our land and share this food for all the people who will come visit us. And I will teach this lifestyle, and we will teach people how to rewild, how to rewild and how to come closer to nature, and how to, some people just for a week to come to our retreat, some people for a month to come to stay with us, some people just maybe moving also between our neighbors, but how to find a balance back with nature and live with nature and breathe and look around and see all the miracles this life gives us, not being, in this like box, where you like make money, you pay your bills, you again make money, you pay your bills, and you stop living your life, because this is the whole society, how it's constructed. Like you have these mortgages, you have this banks you have to pay, and you're not free because you have to do all that. But when you rethink what you truly need in life, maybe you don't need this big apartment, maybe you don't need this big car, maybe simply a life with less possessions will make you happier, because you will have more time to live the life, you will have more time to experience awesome things, you will have more life, more, and you will need less money to do all that, because you will just find beauty in smaller things. And this reevaluation comes to so many people nowadays, and especially with everything what was happening, people just rethink their values, and it's so beautiful. And so we build in Wilder in Costa Rica. Have as many people as it's possible who are curious about this lifestyle, who are curious about growing your food, who are curious about growing your food with permaculture methods, who wants to experience all the beauty of the jungles and all the animals around, and breathe, and be happy under the pouring rain, go surf in the ocean, and just like this kind of stuff. And there are so many countries in the world, Costa Rica, Bali, Thailand, Indonesia. It's like, so many places where you can live this lifestyle. But people decided, no, I need to live in London. I want to live in London. I want to go to theaters. I want to do this and that. I want to make millions. I want to be rich. I want to have Rolex on my wrist. And it's fine. Lots of people live this way, and that's their values. But lots of people trying to live these values, but they stuck because they feel that it's actually not what they want, but they kind of stuck. And so we want to build bridges for these people who kind of like awakening, and who would love to change their life, and who would like to be open to more possibilities, and who would like to live simpler life. So our family, we want to be an example and just show that, guys, it's possible. We're doing this. We're exactly doing this. It's all possible. You have your dream, and you just move forward to your dream. It's and what stops you? Alcohol, smoking, all kinds of drugs, and food full of sugar is also a drug, and food full of salt is also a drug. So when you remove all these obstacles, when you stop drinking, when you stop eating sugar, when you stop eating salt, when you start eating and juicing and blending and eating this fresh, amazing food, you one of a sudden become such a bigger version of you, which you never expected you can ever become. And I think it's crazy awesome, and I really wish to so many people to just to find this inner strength in yourself, and trust your body, trust trust yourself. You're like, this is who I am, like this is me, and only myself is in charge of what's happening with my life, with my health, and with my kids' health. No doctors, no like companies, no like these cool brands can make my life good or bad. It's only me, my decisions, my mindset is super important. And I never mentioned, but guys, I of course meditate every single morning. I do yoga every single morning before I started eating. So it's very important to set your mindset in the right way early in the morning. Not jump into Instagram checking how many likes you have, how many, I don't know, emails you have. It doesn't matter. It can wait a couple hours before you do all the self-life nourishing, mind nourishing practices like meditation, yoga. I walk with my dog every single day for at least an hour, and we walk, and we breathe and everything. And so it's very important. Or maybe you go to the gym, or maybe you like bicycling, or maybe you like surfing, whatever works for you. But doing exercise in the morning completely shifts your energy level for the whole day, completely. So there are so many things, guys, to explore, and so many practices to implement in your life. It's like spiritual, it's nourishing, it's amazing. But when you open the door, when you see how it works for you, you can't stop doing this, and you want to share with the whole world. And that's what I'm doing. I love, inspiring people. I love, being this little, like bright light, and just to show how it's possible, and how it's easy, and how it's delicious, and how it's crazy nourishing your whole body. And kids are happy, my husband is happy, my mom is happy, myself is happy. So all three generations are happy, and it's proof that there is no obstacles, for trying this lifestyle, no matter what age you are, young, old, adult. It's perfectly works for in so
Yeah,
many
it's
ways.
never too late to start. Yeah, and I think everyone has to try it, at least try it for a month, and go
Man,
plant-based. And I think that holistic approach Lena mentioned, that meditation, caring about your mental health, doing some physical activity is highly important too. So it's like wholesome approach to health, and we are responsible for our health, not doctors, not the president. It's each of
yeah,
us. Yeah,
absolutely.
and actually, if you don't mind, I wanted to share when you, Lena, started talking about this wholesome approach. I remembered that I'm preparing a project, a little challenge. It will be a week challenge, 7-day challenge, on improving your health. And we will learn about healthy eating, physical activities, and how to support your mental health, and above all, maintaining all these new habits for life. So if you guys are interested in starting your healthy lifestyle, this challenge will be free, and it will start in a couple of weeks. So I will be happy if you joined. So
That's
follow me for updates.
wonderful. That's what I was saying, that nowadays we have so many challenges, and like tools which you just need to take and try. Like other people already made for you meal plans, other people made for you, like all the techniques and tips to share. And what you need to do is just, yeah, to go this week or a couple weeks and just try it on you, and see how it works. And I also want to mention that on end of August, myself and kids, we all flying to New York State, and there will be a Woodstock Fruit Festival. So it means for the whole week, will I will not cook. Can you imagine? Somebody else will be cooking for us. There will be a ton of fruits, exotic fruits, all kinds of fruits, ready for you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and salads for dinner, and fruits for breakfast and lunch, and lots of, coconuts, lots of exotic fruits, lots of fruits which you never ate, or which you just really love, but they're not available where you live. And so along with all these foods, there will be lots of lectures, lots of workshops, lots of cool activities, active activities. It's on a lake, it's in a forest. So it will be such a great opportunity to get yourself, to get your kids. So I'm doing this like for myself, of course, but mostly for kids, because I want them to see how many actually people, and it's usually like 500, more than that, people attend this kind of festivals, and like how they all just like happy. It's like happy people, like, because when you eat plants, you are
Mm-hmm.
happy. You're happy right away. You're like, because you are just like, you eat happy food, and this happy food makes you happy. Absolutely. And without any drugs, without any alcohol, without any like whatever, like other stuff. You're just happy just because you put right things in your body. You're happy. And um and so we go there, and I'm very excited. And I think for people also who don't know what to cook, don't know how to combine foods, these kinds of retreats, it's a great opportunity. And so we go
Yeah.
there. In a year, I'm going to do these retreats in our Wilder, Costa Rica Retreat Eco Center. And it's a great way. I remember myself, like 6 years ago, I attended this retreat in Hawaii by my friend Laura Dawn, and it was awesome. It was like a week. It was only women. It was only women, but like 10 of us, I think. And we were like doing so much amazing work on ourselves. We were meditating, we were dancing, we were like having workshops, we were talking about all kinds of blockage in your mindset. We were eating all these amazing foods. We were like making, these delicious, dinners, lunches, and desserts. And I remember that I was kind of like already spiced, girl in this lifestyle. I've been already for a year, living this way, but I still learned so much. But there were people who came and who never were vegan and who never were raw vegan. And for them, it was such a eye-opening experience, and I'm so happy that some of them still doing this. And so some of them were truly like affected and fascinated by the way they feel and experience. And so I think like emerging in these kinds of retreats, it's a great tool, So when I organized myself several retreats here in California already, and I remember how like people just eat what you feed them, and they feed their mind with the information you feed them. So you do like lots of talking, you answer to all the questions. We together watch several documentaries. We were reading some books, and like you're nourishing on the retreat your mind with new information. You nourish your body with all this food, which you don't need to do. Somebody else will make it for you. You just need to sit here and enjoy and see the benefits. And you have rest, you have sleep, and you have no distractions which you have in your life. There are like no kids around you. There are no like your husband or your boyfriend or your work or your colleagues, which, like anyways, they get your energy and they get your attention. And so when you do retreat, it's, oh my gosh. And after these retreats, I attended several of them, like I was on Bali retreats, I was in Hawaiian retreats. I realized that every human being has to have at least a week in their life to go for a retreat like this, and pay money and get ready to experience transformation, because that's how you truly can experience such a big variety of benefits. But as we understand, not everyone, have time to travel. Not everyone have ability to travel, and possibility, budget restrictions, and all of that. So that's why these challenges, like you doing very soon, are very helpful. But and it's very helpful first step. But if you guys can plan going to some kind of festivals or retreats, that's really mind blowing. How you will truly feel the shift, because you will just need to bring yourself, pay money for the ticket and bring yourself, and everything will be prepared. Yeah, because it's very easy to when you even try at home doing like, let's say, 3 days mono meal eating or 2 days juicing, it's so many distractions. Yeah, you need to feed your family, you need to like go out to meet with your friends for a coffee or something. I don't drink coffee anyways, but I drink some juice when my friends drink coffee. So so it's so many distractions. And when you're in environment of a retreat, oh my gosh, that's you retreat like fully. So
Yeah,
I
you're
can
fully absorbed in this new life, and it can be a life-changing experience. What I like about it, that you can meet, not you can meet, you will definitely meet new people and new like-minded people, which will help you as well.
Exactly, and people who probably have the same struggles as you have, people also who like hesitant, who don't know if they're doing right. So it's kind of like, yeah, having same mindset and same kind of like energy in a room, or in this hotel, or yeah, and it's awesome, like doing this yoga in the morning, and going on hikes together and making all the food and having massages and swimming in the ocean. I can't wait till we all get it all set up. Yeah, so we build in cool yoga shala. We build in, amazing camp, tree canopy, tree houses, on a, so it will be all like immersed in a jungle with ocean views and with all these monkeys and parrots around you. And in a restaurant, people always asking me like, will be fully raw, or you will have some cooked food? Guys, it will be fully raw, because I believe in a power of healing foods, and I want people who come to visit us experience this at least for several days. Experience this at least for several days, how it works. And yeah, so it will be fully raw experience, and I can't wait to share with people like all the wisdom and all the experience I gained through all these years. And I'm still learning, but at least what I already know, and we will invite cool yoga teachers and as many people as I can get there, because my wisdom is good, but I want multiple people being there and sharing, and like truly it's been an experience which will nourish and flourish and keep you motivated for a long time. So that the aim is you not just go there, you experience, and then you forget. you take all this, experience, you take all this knowledge, you take all this, well-being with you, and you continue in your place, and maybe you started inspiring more people where you live, you started inspiring
Yeah.
more people
Mm-hmm.
online community, you started sharing this lifestyle with bigger amount of people. My son said that he's only 8 now, but people were asking him, okay, when you're adult, you can do your own choices. Do you think you will be not vegan anymore? Like, what do you think your lifestyle will be? And 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago, he said, I hope that when I grow up, everybody, the whole world will be vegan. That's what he said.
Oh,
Maybe.
I hope so too. That's such a
Yeah.
great wish. Let's hope for this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when
But
do you plan to open this Wild Costa Rica project for people?
Costa Rica, and our plan next year in December, we're gonna have first guest saying, yeah. So we now
Mm-hmm.
we fly, of course, every couple months, very frequently meeting with all the builders, constructors, with getting everything set up, and yeah, it's actually going, it's happening right now. So we just came back several days ago, and we planted 200 fruit trees. And so our food forest is already, we're not there, but our food forest is already growing. So, and we have a plan to plant 500 more. So it will be lots of fruits. It will be lots of, cool stuff to try, and lots of exotic fruits. So I want to give experience to people to eat not just mango and banana, and papaya, which is like very crazy cool food. It's our like staple in our diet, but we want them to experience all kinds of other exotic fruits, and yeah, just expand and thinking that eating plants is not just eating carrots and cabbage and cucumbers. It's actually huge variety of fruits, huge variety of berries, of greens, of herbs, of sprouts, of all the stuff. Yeah, so just eating everything in a raw state, straight from the stores. Growing somewhere locally, and yeah, that's why we live here in California now. We grow lots of stuff in our property, but just little amount, and we love going to farmers market. And when you go to farmers market, you meet with all the farmers and you buy from them directly from the source. And we love supporting people who grow around the corner, or just several kilometers, miles away from where we live. And yeah, just choose
Yeah,
life,
that's
guys.
such a great idea. I wish you good luck with this project, and I really hope to visit you one day.
Definitely. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have everyone who is interested in this lifestyle, and who is open to learn, and who is open to, to change their life. And I'm truly telling you guys that this lifestyle is all about being healthy for yourself, but also healing the planet. It's about healing your body and being more open to so many things in life. And your life, as soon as you switch to this lifestyle, your life will just you will be skyrocketing successful in everything you do. That's a magic. I know, it's magic.
Yeah, let's see if people have any questions about plant-based diet or about anything related to this live session. You can type
Yeah.
them in the comments, and Lena or me will answer.
Yeah, and so I'm like always online, or like at night I sleep, in the morning I do my meditation, but after 10 a.m. i'm I'm pretty often we were on Instagram or on my emails. And if you guys have questions, if you have some comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, to Oля, to ask your questions. And we are here to serve you. You'll be here to be an inspiration. We're here to encourage you. We're here to help you with your with all your obstacles you having on switching, or trying this lifestyle. So I feel like I actually have a marketing background, so I've been working in marketing for a long time, and I thought that this is my passion to be in marketing and to do all kinds of crazy cool stuff, promoting cool brands and everything. And I've been working for such a long time doing this since I was for the last 15, 17 years I've been doing this. I was working in a marketing company, then I had my own marketing company, I had a one company. So it's been all crazy cool experience. But now with what I'm doing, like, like just like trying to reach as many people, and I don't even charge for this. I'm trying to reach as many people to inspire them to heal and thrive on plants. I feel it's like uh, such a bigger destination I'm going now, and such a bigger mission, trying to reach as many people and trying to give them free, being like a free source of information, being a free source of inspiration. And that's what's cool about Instagram, that we have so many people all over the world. I have followers from all over the world, and it's so cool. And in different countries, they have different obstacles, they have different, things they worrying about, and so it's great to be kind of a source of inspiration for all the people. It's awesome. Yeah. So life is
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Life,
Yeah. I see there are no questions. People are just listening. Um, Please
so that
recommend a good book on a living food diet.
yeah. Well, I mentioned this book a little bit earlier, but let me tell again. That's the book called 80 10 10. So just numbers 80 10 10, and it's by Dr. Graham. And so he's so nicely telling about all deficiencies, all issues, everything, and how you can heal everything with plants, and how you can eat in proper combinations, and how these proper balanced combinations will truly heal you. So I truly recommend this one. It's called not 10 10 8, it's called 80 10 10. Yeah, but very close. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and so this one I would truly recommend, just to have it on your counter and just having it. And also, I would recommend to read these books by Anthony Williams. He has 4 different books, and you can start with any of them. They're all truly amazing. Yeah, guys. So educate yourself, learn, experience the benefits of living foods, and just be happy. I promise you will be. If you will trust plants, plants will make you happy. It's for sure.
Yeah, just give it a try. You won't lose anything, and you will see the difference.
Absolutely, yeah. Just give it a try, see how you like it, and you always can go back to your like what you are comfortable to. But step out of your comfort, try something new, and just believe that it will work great for you, and yeah, it all will be good.
Yeah. Whoa,
Yeah.
what is going on there?
I'm now in Hollywood, and we just traveling now. And when you are in a crazy place, that's what's happening. All these crazy sounds, all this noise around. That's why we moved to jungle, to silence, to birds.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay, so
yeah.
let's finish on this positive note. Thank you very much, Lena, for joining this live and sharing your story and inspiring all of us to go plant-based, or at least try it for a while and then decide for yourself. Yeah.
I'm super grateful for this opportunity to talk to people and to share, the way I feel, the way I think, and the way it works for me and my family. It was such a good experience. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. Thank you guys for joining, and have a nice day.
Have a good day,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.